Hey girl, hey, welcome to Tia's Table. Let's talk about everything from the latest fitness and wellness trends, recipes that are actually worth cooking, and the craziness that's happening on our side of the internet. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to another episode of Tia's Table. Are you following us over on our Instagram page? Let's start there. If you're not following us over at Tia's Table podcast over on Instagram, then you might be missing some of the photos that go along with some of these episodes. It's not overly curated. The photos aren't perfect. It's kind of like, girl, here you go. This is what I was talking about. But it's so much fun and it keeps us connected in between calls. We are going to be talking about something today that I do find to be quite interesting, mainly because when I read the initial post on Threads, I immediately understood what that person was trying to say. But then as I went through the comments didn't pass the vibe check. So I'm just wondering how you all feel about some of the things that I read. I'm going to share that in just a minute. Of course, we all like to talk about food before we get started. I checked out a cookbook at the library last week. It's called Half-Baked Harvest Quick and Cozy. And as I flipped through that cookbook, I saw one recipe right after the other that I was just very mesmerized by. And if I were cooking a lot right now, I would be wearing that book out, turning it every which way but loose. It would have sauce stains on the pages, and my cute little notes and Post-its would be all in that cookbook because literally almost every page had my mouth watering. I could see where I would be cooking all of the things, which is why I love a good cookbook. And all cookbooks are not created equal, but this one seemed like a good one. It is called, again, Half-Baked Harvest Quick and Cozy. I will be buying this cookbook or putting it like on a Christmas list or something. Like I have to have it. I have to own it so that when I do come back into a place where I am cooking on a regular basis, I can try all of these things. Here are a couple of the standouts from that book that I know I will be making. The Italian chop, which is a salad. It sounds exactly like what you think. Sage chicken and apple salad. The ingredients on that one, I could taste that salad as I was reading about the recipe. The mean green salad, unless you thought I was about to list out all of the salads, I'm not. They had a loaded potato soup that looked really good. They had a sage brown butter lemon pasta that I definitely have to make one night. They had a smothered garlic Parmesan Salisbury steak, and we love a Salisbury steak around here, and I love a good gravy. So giving it like a garlic Parmesan twist, I'm very interested in that flavor combination on Salisbury steak. And then lastly, the honey balsamic short ribs. Let me tell you, the way that I just had to swallow the spit in my mouth because all that stuff sounds so good. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to get back into the kitchen. You know, I told my husband yesterday, I was like, whenever we hear back from this doctor, if she tells me that, my surgery is like a ways off or like whatever she says, I am going to have to make my way back in here on like a dinner basis. Like I can't keep doing your dinners. Not that they haven't been good in filling, not that they haven't got me to where I am today, but just the creativity of it all. I have learned during all of this that one of my main things that I actually do love to do is cook. And I love having my little cookbook out. I love chopping up all my stuff, using all my little kitchen gadgets. I love it when my house is overwhelmed with like the smell of something really delicious. I love it when people come home from work and school and they're like, oh my gosh, it smells good in here. I love that. I love seeing my pretty little pots on the stove. I love that. And I've got to make my way back to it. And part of what is holding me over right now is checking out these books at the library and looking at all of the things. This is a cookbook that I will certainly be owning and using In 2026, mark my word, we will be cooking our way through that. And if you would like to cook your way through it with me one more time, the name of the book is Half Baked Harvest Quick and Cozy, and I will make sure I post a photo of it over on our Instagram page. As for an update, girl, I really don't have one. I did go ahead and call the doctor's office this morning. Today is Monday and it's 1:23 in the afternoon. I called the doctor's office this morning to basically just make sure that there was nothing I was supposed to do. So I called and I said, hey, I had my scan last week. Just want to make sure that I wasn't supposed to call back and make a doctor's appointment, or am I just sitting waiting for you guys to call me? And the woman that answered the phone pulled up my account and she looked at all of the notes. She confirmed a couple things and she was like, doesn't look like you need to come in to see the doctor. They are going to call you. And I said, all right, okay. So here we are. So whenever I call you guys for the podcast, I normally put all of my phones on something like a do not disturb. But you know, on Apple, how you can put it on do not disturb, but then you can give it permission to let a couple people get through your do not disturb. I have my phone set up so that my doctor can get through to me even when my phone is blocking all of the other calls. So we'll see, girl. We'll see when she calls. When somebody calls, we should play a game and see how many days does it take for the doctor's office to respond to me. I guess we won't count Saturday and Sunday because they don't be at work. But right now we're going on Thursday and Friday, and today is Monday. So, I'm going to be patient and wait. Talking to them this morning did actually help reduce a lot of my anxiety. So now I know that they know. She told me that she would put a note through to the doctor to let the doctor know that I have had the scan done, which I always thought doctors got alerts like emails, like when you have a scan or like x-rays or like maybe blood work done. I always just assumed that whatever system they use shoots the results over to the doctor. But maybe doctors don't spend as much time on the computer as what we would like to think. Maybe they have certain days where they sit down and do administrative things. I don't know. I don't know how they do their work day. I don't know the workflow of a doctor. I just know that she said that she would kind of put in a little note that says this person has had her scan done. If you want to take a look at what she got going on, here you go. Because she called up here trying to figure out what her next step is. And did, because I want to know what's going on with me. Anyway, let's talk about something that I saw on Threads. When I read it, I was like, ooh. This is interesting to me. Okay, so she starts out saying, I hate how a lot of Black women try to push this clean girl, soft girl aesthetic that's very minimalist, boring, and vague when Black womanhood has always been about maximalist fashion, long, eccentric nails, bright colors, heavy jewelry, etc. That's why I be saying y'all sound anti-Black. I don't want to wear plain neutral colors, boring ass short French tips, or silk press hair all the time. Absolutely not. That was her first thing. Now, when I read that, I was like, yeah, girl, no, I see what you're saying. She goes on to like say some other things in her thread, and I'm going to definitely read the rest of it. But just based off that first thing, I was like, yeah, no, girl, I know what you're saying. Like somewhere along, and I'm going to blame it on social media because I'm in my 40s. Somewhere with social media, people have been heavily influenced to look a certain way, I feel. And if you don't look a certain way, people will literally tell you like your hair isn't done, or you look like this, or you look like that. I saw a video yesterday where people were talking about some rapper's girlfriend. I can't remember the rapper, and God knows I don't remember the lovely young lady's name, but I guess the rapper and the girl were out together, and the girl had her hair in like a slick back bun, as we all have worn at some point in our lives. And people were saying like, oh my God, her hair is not done. I can't believe she out with him and her hair is not done. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, since when is a slick back bun not a hairstyle? Number one. Number two, this young lady has natural hair. You can tell she has curly hair. I'm like, so getting her hair to slick back like that was no small feat. She had to actually do that. There was work and time involved in getting all of that hair back into that bun and getting it to look as sleek and tight as it does. How far from the light we have strayed, right? That's number one. But number two for me is absolutely. Why is it that if girls don't look a certain way, people automatically start throwing out words that that I particularly don't enjoy hearing as adjectives when it comes to other Black women? Mainly the words for me are kind of like crazy. A huge pet peeve of mine is ghetto. Like when people call things ghetto, I'm like, what does that mean? What do you mean her hair is ghetto or her earrings are ghetto? Just say you wouldn't wear it, or you don't have the confidence or the courage to wear it, or it wouldn't look good on you, but don't call it things, right? And I feel like that's what this woman was trying to say. Moving on. And because of where I have the mic now, you may or may not hear my stomach make noises. And I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, so she moves on. The second part of the thread. No one is saying we are a monolith, but I noticed plenty of femininity coaches and influencers trying to push this clean girl aesthetic that's really filled with conservative rhetoric and Eurocentric ideas of beauty. Could have worded it better, but my point still stands. And I fully agree. So I feel like when you are scrolling, or when you're talking about, or when you look at people sharing like style inspiration or outfit inspiration, like whatever it is, all of it has started to kind of lean towards this middle part bust down, or like middle part silk press, nails that are not necessarily the most fun or like interesting to look at. It's very much so like a natural color or like a French tip, whatever. Makeup, even though the girls wear a lot of makeup, because I've been studying makeup videos as of late, even though the girls wear a lot of product, the overall look of their makeup is just not really what it used to be, right? You very rarely ever see a girl in like a bold lip or like a super, I would say like bold, dramatic eye and maybe a bold lip. I think a long time ago, people were saying you had to pick one, either your eyes or your lip. And I'm not saying that there isn't a wrong way to do that. You can certainly do that and it ends up not looking the best. But I think the point that the woman who posted this conversation is trying to make is that, yeah, we in general have gotten to a place where we're starting to play down our features, or like not jazz them up as much as we used to, because there is such a push for all of us to start either looking a certain way or to not look as I am going to say like as Black as we might be. Like everybody's contouring their features to death, so then your face actually ends up looking like something completely different. Anyway, so she moves on to the next part of the thread. I've seen some women like Shira7, for example, which is the sprinkle lady for those that don't know, try to say that natural hair doesn't attract men. I've also seen Black women who follow the clean girl aesthetic. Oh, and I know y'all listen to this with your kids, but she says, we'll say S on the hoochie ghetto fabulous aesthetic, meaning long lashes, long nails, gold jewelry, etc. And it all sounds anti-Black to me. Wear your minimalist stuff without blanking, we'll say, on those Black women who approach fashion the opposite way. Nothing is wrong with the minimalist aesthetic so long as you mind your business. And that is the point of it all to me. That is the point of it all to me. And then another part of her post, she says, implying that long nails are ghetto and full lashes are childish is very anti-black. Not only that, but y'all be giving off classes and a lot of y'all fashion takes. Y'all can never just rock y'all stuff without coming for the black women who still choose to be maximalists and big and bright and bold. Facts. Facts. Okay, so let's talk about that. And let's talk about how a lot of different versions of a person can live inside them. And I know that sounds crazy, but let's talk about it. Number one, I think a lot of people have a corporate version of themselves, right? No matter what hairstyle you pick or how you like to dress or like any of that. I think regardless, there is a version of everybody where they say, well, if I'm going to this or I'm doing that, this is a look that I think works for that particular setting, right? So people will have whatever aesthetic they feel like they need to put on for that, which to me is just like, that's just code switching, right? And I don't think code switching is always used in this way. Most people refer to that with how you speak when you're at work. But really, I kind of feel like that could go all the way to how you dress and present yourself at work, too. You might have a version of yourself Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, that works for your job, where it is, the people you work with or whatever. And you're comfortable with that, right? Which means you might not even be like a silk press girl, but for work, you're going to press that hair out every time just because you don't want to deal with the microaggressions that come with switching up your hair every other week. And as a person who has worked in an office before with all white people, I was the only black girl in my office. I will never forget. I had, and this was way back in like 2009, 2010, right? I literally had like a bust down, middle part bust down, back before that was even like a thing. And I actually used hair from the beauty supply store. I got that Remy Virgin. That's back when that was like all the rage. Took it to my sew-in girl. She gave me a good old 30-inch middle part bust down. Loved it, right? Now, when I took that hairstyle out, I think I was pregnant with my daughter. Then, yeah, I had to be because I remember seeing pictures of myself pregnant with my next hairstyle after that. So let's say on Friday, I was at work with the super long sew-in, right? On Monday, when I came back to work, I had completely shaved my head. I had taken that sew-in out and I had shaved my head like Solange Knowles. That was back when Solange was rocking that fade. I looked at a picture of Solange and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to go natural and like grow my hair out, now's the time while I'm pregnant. That'll give people way too many things to look at. They won't necessarily be looking at my hair because they looking at all this baby belly and all of this booty and all of this other stuff I got going on. So we're going to shave your head. I went back to work on Monday and you would have thought that I had grown a whole nother head out of the side of my neck with the way people responded to the change in my hairstyle. It literally gave them whiplash, which is why a lot of women do that. So when we are judging each other for being like a clean girl aesthetic, or if you see somebody and you happen to be in the grocery store after work, right? You see somebody and it looks as if she is this like clean girl, soft girl aesthetic because however she dressed, however she looks, you're judging her off that. Meanwhile, that's just that girl's work uniform. Really, on the weekends, she really might be somebody else, right? Okay. When we see people that are like the opposite of the clean girl aesthetic, which the girl describes it in her original post, but we all know what she's talking about. People who have like really long fingernails. And you know what I love? I love the long fingernails that have like gems and jewels on them. I personally could never live with them because my hands be doing too many things. But I love seeing them. Like when people share their nail art, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I was, number one, I wish I was a girl that liked going to get my nails done. Let's start there. And a lot of people do make their choices based off that. I don't know if people have even considered the fact that in order to be like a girl who gets all these things done, you have to actually like going to get them done. It has to be something that you enjoy doing. And I wish I was a nails girl because I love other people's nails. I just don't like going to get my own nails done, but I find them to be so beautiful. Let me tell you what just I eat it up every time. Show me somebody with some bomb nails, right? Show me somebody with a soft glam makeup look. You know, the makeup is not too much, it's just enough. But she's got on like a nice red lip, like the one we talked about a couple calls ago. A rich, pretty, perfect red for her. Give me a hairstyle that eats, that leans towards something we would wear in the 90s. Like maybe she's got a little swoop in the front and she's got that hair pulled up into a ponytail in the top, like it's half up, half down. Girl, that's going to get me every time. It's going to get me every time. And while we're talking about it, that particular hairstyle can be done with anything. So then the girls in the comments was, of course, talking about braids. They were talking about braids, locks, and of course the wigs and the weaves, right? And there's nothing wrong with any of it. It's just that when people do it and they do it in a way that might be extremely expressive of their personality, people talk so much junk about it that it never takes off. And I feel like sometimes enough girls need to be doing stuff, like it needs to be normalized, which I hate that thing, but it needs to be normalized. Like enough women need to start doing the things so that we see it often enough so that it takes off, which a lot of people don't like it. But I feel like that's what happened with lashes, right? Lashes, I'm not sure when that fad started. I mean, I kind of remember, but I can't really remember. I know when that fad started, right? And I remember people saying like, okay, to get lashes is one thing, but the way some people get their lashes done is like too much, right? And albeit I see many a lash that I personally would not want to pay for, lay down to have installed. It would not be my personal style choice for my own face, right? But when I see those lashes on someone else, my first thought is not a negative one. My first thought might be one of bewilderment and wonder. Like, gosh, I wonder how she, or like truly, and as someone who used to get their lashes done all the time, truly when I see lashes, I'm like, dang, I wonder how she sleep. Or like, how is she washing her face? Because people who don't get lashes, they don't know. They don't know you can't really sleep on your belly. They don't know you can't really wash your eyelid like that. They don't know that when you go to get a massage, like there's really no perfect way for you to hold your head because your lashes are going to get smushed. Like there's a lot that goes into it. So when I see the big snuffleupagus lashes that are like thick and just big, I'm always wondering the how. Like, how is she doing that? Like, how? Not that I ever think like, ooh, that looks ghetto. No. Because I'm like, girl, if you like it, I love it. Like, if that's what you wanted, if you showed your lash person a picture and you gave them money and that's what you were expecting for your money, then I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it. Now, some of the things that the girl goes on to describe in her post talks about a combination of all these things. Like, let's say you do your hair, you got the lashes, you got the nails, then you're going to put on some big gold hoops. And for a lot of us within our own community, those are the girls that be getting drugged. Like, those are the girls that other women kind of talk about. And I want to know where that comes from. Like, why? Like, why? Let me find this girl's name. There is a character on Players Club that I just love. It's not Lisa Ray's character. She's actually one of the antagonists. She's one of the girls you really didn't want to be a winner on there. Her name on Players Club was her name Romy on Players Club? Let's see. Lisa Ray was Diamond. Ronnie was her name. The girl that plays Ronnie on Players Club. That 90s aesthetic, oh girl, I eat it down and I love it so much. Like the hairstyles, the big gold jewelry, the long nails, the lips that are outlined in dark, but then it's like the perfect shade of lipstick to complement it. But then the rest of the face is kind of like, it's done, but it's like not too much. Girl, that's it. Like that to me, if I was a girl that had the energy, the time, and the desire to wake up every day and like pull myself together, that would be one of the versions of me that people would get. And that's why I say people have a lot of different, a lot of different aesthetics live inside them. Case in point, like we said, you might have a work version of you. Then there might be like the weekend version of you, like when you're just out dilly-dallying, bopping along, doing your thing. There's a weekend version of you. Then there might be a date night version of you. And maybe this is only me. I recognize that as I'm saying it, but it might be a date version of you. And then there's a vacation version of you. God knows there's a vacation version of me. There's a vacation version of you. And you know what? The vacation version of me always seems so happy, calm, and rested. And she really do be pulled together. Like her hair is done. Her eyebrows have had someone pay attention to them. The makeup is there, but you have that glow from the sun. So it's like you don't even really need no makeup. You have on outfits. My nails and my toes will be done. The vacation version of, I think, most women, it's like we want that version of us, but in an everyday version that makes sense, that we can maintain most of the time, whatever that is. But I do feel like sometimes people get dressed, and again, maybe I'm only speaking for myself, but I was reading the comments under this girl's post, and I'm like, oh, people really do have like an aesthetic they're committed to. That was the first thing that shocked me. Because I'm like, on any given day, I can wake up and be a completely different person. Truly. I could wake up on Monday and feel kind of like athletic and kind of like whatever. So I'm wearing workout clothes all day. I might have on a cap. Tuesday, I could really wake up and be on my Ronnie. I could have on my dark lip liner, my lipstick, my big gold jewelry. I would put on some cute like 90s style jeans and maybe like a cropped shirt or something like that. And I would go out into the world, right? I could do that. Wednesday might come and I might have a silk press and I might have some muted makeup and I might have my nails painted a very natural color. And then I might have on some slacks and like a cardigan sweater because maybe I had to go over to the school for the kids, right? That might be the case. Come Thursday, I might be in my husband's clothes. So I might look like a tomboy, right? Don't bother me, don't talk to me. I have on sweatpants and an oversized sweatshirt, and this is just where we're at today, right? Come Friday, girl, cheers to the freaking weekend. I might have on a cute little freakum dress, some shoes that lace all the way up to my thigh, and I'm ready to step out when I step, right? By then, I could have some version of a bust down or super long braids that's got some wavy pieces in there. I could. Then on Saturday, if you rang my doorbell, but I didn't know you was coming, I'm nice. I'm a nice girl, so I'm going to answer the door for you. If I peep out that door and I recognize you as a person who I talk to on a regular basis, I'm going to open my door and be like, hey, girl, like, what's tea? What are you doing in the cul-de-sac? I'm going to invite you in, ask you if you want a glass of water, right? Yes, but I might have on Christmas pajamas this time of year. They're going to match, but that's what you're going to get. And my hair still might be in a bonnet. So, I mean, do we all not have different versions of ourselves that are encompassing the one body? Like, we have these bodies, they are vessels, and then on any given day, you might be someone new out in the world. Or are people really like, no, this is who I am, and when I say I'm a soft girl with a clean aesthetic, this is what you get from me every single day? Like, y'all look the same every single day? Is that right? Am I? Because that's what the comments was saying. The comments definitely had girls, but it was both sides. It was like, yeah, no, I'm definitely gold hoops, lip gloss, whatever my hairstyle is. Like, that is me every day. Like, I'm giving maximalist black girl energy. You will see it when you see me. I'm drippy every day. But then the opposite of that was women saying, like, no, y'all can keep that because y'all look crazy. I'm going to go for this. And they were trying to dress it up and say like, oh, this is a more classic, timeless, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, no, that's just a nice way of saying you think those other women look crazy. And that's the problem. I feel like we should all be celebrating each other's style and all of the different ways we can show up. Because let me tell you one thing that I know, right? I feel like it's very easy to have that clean girl, soft girl aesthetic. That aesthetic is so easy to achieve, and it is easy to maintain as long as you're willing to go to all those appointments, unless you can do some of that stuff yourself. I know that when God made me, he didn't want me to be someone that was too full of myself. And this is how I know this, because he didn't give me braiding fingers. He did not give me the level of skill that one needs to pull off different hairstyles myself here in my home. Because baby, let me tell you, if I knew how to give myself cornrows, right, that were flat, the way I would be a completely different human being every time I left this house is probably so extremely underestimated. I would look completely different almost every time people saw me if I knew how to do hair at a very high level, like how some of the girls know how to give themselves like a good press. There are girls out there that get their hair cut into pixie cuts and then they do their own pixie cuts at home. Are you kidding me? There are girls out there that can lay a wig down better than they can lay down a baby or a man. And let me just tell you, if I knew how to make that lace disappear, girl, because right now I do have lace fatigue. I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing wigs. I think that's an amazing choice for people to be able to make. But let me just tell you, the lace fatigue that I have from seeing so much lace, I'm like, so I think this is a fair criticism. If we are going to do it, let's make sure we do it. Let's make sure we do it. Let's make sure we do it and do it well, right? But I'm like, if I knew how to make lace disappear, you wouldn't be able to tell me one thing about nothing. If I could give myself knotless box braids, girl, the second the temperature was above 75 here in the greater Atlanta area, you would see me swinging them braids all over the place. And every time you saw me, I would probably have a different set of braids. I would probably start my spring and summer off with some Janet Jackson jumbo poetic justice braids, because I really like the way she pulls them up high in that ponytail. That to me really gives, because I told y'all I really like the 90s of it all, right? I would wear those things until they looked like they were about to grow into locks. I would take them out and then I would give myself another fresh set of something else. Okay? As soon as the weather changed and it was cool enough and those temperatures dropped before 60 with no humidity, I would be pressing out my hair at least once a month. I would get a couple days in there of silk press season every month. I feel as if the whole conversation of what style is acceptable or appropriate or what Black girls should be doing or like not doing, I feel like that's so played out. I feel like that conversation is so played. What if we just did not care? Like, you don't have to wear what she's wearing. You didn't have to pay for what she's wearing. It's not on your body. So why do you care? And it says nothing about you. The way another woman looks says absolutely nothing about you. It doesn't. Let people live. Let them live without the judgment. Because I don't get it. So what say you? What do you guys think? What style choices are out there that when y'all see them, y'all be like, oh, like that's too much. Like, that's too much for me. What is it? Is it the lashes? Is it the nails? What is it? What is it? Or am I completely wrong? And do y'all not have different? And I know some of y'all are going to message me and be like, Tia, no, baby, you're the only one that's got all those personalities living inside you. And it's okay. I'm fine with that because y'all know I enjoy a good laugh. But is that the case? Please tell me y'all have different versions of yourself like inside of you. And on any given day, you might dress like that version of you. I mean, you're still the same person. You're still kind-hearted, sweet. Personality doesn't change. All of that is the same. It's just how you present yourself. It might give something new and different every time. Or do y'all really just have like a version of you that you just kind of like stick to because you feel like you're most comfortable with that and that is what works for you? Also, this is probably why I always feel like I don't have anything to wear because it's too many versions of me in that closet back there. And so if I'm not feeling like any of those versions of me, then I feel like I don't have nothing to wear. And then my default goes to just wear some athleisure, girl, because all of the versions of you don't mind a legging and a pullover. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think. Because what you definitely let me know over this past week is what you thought about Finding Joy. So let's talk about it. It has been brought to my attention that Finding Joy really just might not even be a Christmas movie. Points were made. I accept them, and I agree with almost all of them. Now, I will say that I still think that Finding Joy is a cute movie. As far as Tyler Perry movies go, this is definitely not one of the worst that he's done. I'm going to still give him credit for not making this girl's life a living hell, because you know that's what he likes to do. Now, is it a Christmas movie? Now that a few things have been pointed out to me, no, maybe it's not a Christmas movie. Maybe it is a winter movie. Maybe it is a movie that has a lot of snow, but it was definitely missing some of the elements that we look for in that traditional Hallmark Christmas movie setup. Number one, it didn't have enough decorations. You know, when you watch those Hallmark Christmas movies, and I'm watching one right now starring Angie Stone and some man who I don't know, but you know, they have Christmas decorations everywhere in these movies. It's all over the place. It's all in the background. They will have bows and garland and ribbon on things that don't make any sense. They'll have it stuck on a wall. They'll have garland with lights on it thrown on the floor. Like in every single shot, there is Christmas. The music that plays in the background in all of these movies is very Christmassy, right? His movie was definitely missing that. His movie was also missing the fact, Cookie, don't you start barking. His movie was definitely missing the fact that Christmas was not the focus. So when you watch all these other movies, of course, a love story is definitely happening in all of them. But the main focus in the movie is saving Christmas or rescuing somebody's failing business or something. So where is our Christmas carnival? Where is the Christmas concert? When is the Christmas bake sale? When is when are we going to church for the Christmas play? Something. Like, are we selling cookies? Are we trying to rescue the nursing home from being taken over by a greedy developer? Like, what is happening, and why aren't the two main characters involved in it? We didn't even walk through a Christmas festival in his movie. We did not even see a Christmas market. We did not go cut down a Christmas tree. Didn't nobody bake or cook. Well, he did make that rabbit stew, but we didn't have a Christmas meal. We didn't go to nobody's house, which I guess she was a foster kid and he was on the outs with his family. But we really didn't get a lot of those Christmas elements from Tyler Perry. With that being said, I still don't think it was that bad, right? Her friends, because I think now most of us have had a chance to see it, her friends really didn't give off like the bubbly, supportive friends that we're used to seeing in all of these Christmas movies. Her friends were kind of like the opposite. They were making fun of her. One of them even called her job and kind of low-key got her fired. We didn't get maybe that warm and fuzzy feeling from watching his movie now that I think about it. I think on my initial watch of that movie, because it was marketed as a Christmas movie, I went into it with Christmas movie eyes. And because I did enjoy it, mainly because I like the main character. Like, I like seeing her in whatever she does. P-Valley, she's in something else that I really enjoyed, and I can't think of what that was. But then, I wanted to support her in this. So I went into this with great optimism, and I watched it through that lens of, I'm so happy to see her headlining this big Christmas movie. But at the end of the day, y'all, I really think he did just pull one over on us. I really don't think this was a Christmas movie after all. And I want to thank my friends for pointing that out to me, for being like, Tia, because of you, I sat through this Tyler Perry movie that is not a Christmas movie. That is definitely not a Christmas movie. So I kind of apologize, but also it was fun to watch it, was it not? Because y'all did certainly laugh your way through it. So at least I think we all kind of enjoyed it. I don't know, Tyler. I really was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. If you put out another Christmas movie next year, hopefully you use some of these tips to make that movie an actual Christmas movie. And we'll see how it goes next Christmas. I don't know. One thing that I did watch over the weekend that was actually good was All Her Fault, and it was on Peacock. It's 8 episodes. Now, All Her Fault is incredible television. It does move slow. Like, it's not a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It is a slow burn. But if you make it to episode 8, you will be glad that you did. I am currently reading Ain't Nobody's Business If I Do by Valerie Wilson Wesley. Cookie, why are you barking at him? Why? And I'm recording my podcast.
Oh, I'm about to go get Moses.
Okay, go, Cookie. Go ahead. I don't know. He barks at you like he don't know you, like you don't buy his dog food. So, yes, I'm currently reading Ain't Nobody's Business If I Do by Valerie Wilson Wesley. And y'all, first of all, when I went to the library to pick up all these things, I got so many good books from the library last week. I sent my best friend a video of my haul because I was just so delighted with everything that I picked up. But this was one of the ones that I picked up because it's the book club book of the month. I started it on, that might have been yesterday, on Sunday. I started it. I'm on page, because we have to have 100 pages read, I think, by, is it this week? I don't even know what today's date is, but I'm close to my 100 pages. I might be on page, 75. That's what I thought. So I'll definitely hit 100 pages tonight. Can I just say the way these characters have jumped out and gotten my attention from the beginning? And that's what I love. I love a book that when I sit down and I crack it open and I start reading, the book makes me feel like I don't want to put it down and I want to see what happens with all these people. Now, this book is about Ava. Ava is married to Hutchinson, or Hutch as she calls him. Hutch up and leaves her one night for what seems to be no good reason at all. He's just like, I've had enough. I'm out of here. So he leaves, right? He leaves and he goes to his friend's house because he ain't got nowhere to go. And he's staying there. Ava and Hutch have 2 kids, both from prior relationships. They have a daughter named Charlie and a son named Stephen. Now, Hutch is currently staying with his friend. I want to say his name is Donald. Donald is married to Ray. Okay, hang in there with me. A friend of Ava's daughter, his name is Isaiah, right? When I put this book down last night, Ava was with Isaiah because her car broke down on the side of the road and he happened to see her and he picked her up and took her to the gas station to try to get a tow truck and some gas. But the tow truck man had already gone home for the night. So he invited Ava to ride with him into the city because he plays in a band and he was late for a gig. So they are together. And she has already pointed out to us that Isaiah is fine, right? Meanwhile, Hutch, her estranged husband, like I said, he's staying with his homeboy Donald, who is a ladies' man and a womanizer, apparently. But everybody seems to be fine with that, including his wife, Ray. Ray and Hutch seem to have somewhat of an abnormally close relationship. And while I can't be 100% certain that it's going to happen, I feel like something messy is going to happen between the two of them while Hutch is staying in them people's house. I don't know. I can just sense it because Ray knows that her husband ain't worth 2 cents, right? I think it's going to happen. It would delight my book reading spirit if it did, because if we're not in this book for the mess, what are we here for? I may as well just be reading nonfiction. To that point, I think what I have learned about myself, because it's been one of my goals for a long time to be someone who does just keep a little book in her hand and I'm always reading something. I have tried reading other genres, and I think at the end of the day, and I hate to describe myself with this particular word, but I think when it comes to books, it's accurate. I think I'm just a basic book. You know what? I think I really am. I think I love a good romance novel. I think I love reading about real people in real relationships. I think I basically want a Lifetime movie in a book. That's what I want. And apparently Terry McMillan has lots of Lifetime movies that I'm just now learning about. I have plans to go back and find them and watch them. People say they're good. I found one starring Taye Diggs and Megan Good. Based on the poster, I didn't feel drawn to start that movie right away. But I might start it later on tonight, give myself a break from these Christmas movies, and I might watch that and I'll report back if it's worth anything. But I want that inside a book. The people don't always have to end up together. They can break up. People do that in real life. People can, have moments or seasons where maybe it's not always so happy-go-lucky. I'm not expecting perfectly curated rainbows and puppy dog stories all the time. But I'm I think I found my thing. Now, that does not mean I'm going to read some of the books that I be seeing online, because some of the books that I be seeing online have crazy titles. The covers are not exactly all that, what is the right way to say this? The covers basically don't make me want to pick up that book and read it. How about that? So books like this, like the one I'm reading now, Ain't Nobody's Business If I Do, really do just sing to me. Really do sing to me, which is why I like being in a book club. I'm in the Pouring Over Books book club, and I'm not sure when the enrollment for 2026 is going to open, but I know she's already decided on the theme for next year. I don't know if the books have been selected, but I know like at least there is a theme in place for next year already. And she picks out books that have been good. I think this year there has only been one book that I was just like, like, no. And it was actually the book we read last month. I started at 2.5 and then felt bad because everybody else gave it a four-star review or above. And I think it's because I listened to that book on Audible instead of picking it up and reading it like the physical way. So I have also learned that about myself this year is that, oh no, Tia, if it's a fiction book, you need to pick that book up and read it. You cannot listen to fiction on Audible. Audible needs to be reserved for maybe like self-help books or memoirs and nothing else. If it's non-fic or if it's fiction, I need to go get that book or buy it or whatever, because listening to them just doesn't do it for me. So this book is so good. I will continue to update you guys on where these characters go. If you are looking to join a book club for 2026, follow Pouring Over Books on Instagram. I will have to check with her to find out if it's okay for me to give out her other Instagram, only because it's her government name. And yeah, so I'll check. But Pouring Over Books, you can go to pouringoverbooks.com. And 2026, I would love to see some of y'all over in book club. And it's virtual. And we only meet once a month. You can do that, girl. I think there is a small fee associated with joining book club, so we can cover the cost of the Zoom and whatever else it might cost her, like her time to do this for us, because we have conversations all month long. We do like Q&A on Substack for it. So, and it's fun. It'll make you read. And the books they are good. So there's that. 2 things I'm excited to watch in December when they come out. The Duchess has released a, let's call it poster, like some cover art for her holiday special that comes out December 3rd, With Love, Megan, and all of the Christmas traditions. We'll get to see them the first week of December. Now, Duchess, I would have much preferred to see that now, girl. I would have preferred to see it maybe like the weekend before Thanksgiving, because if you show us something fun or cute or whatever the first week in December, we have to go out here now after Black Friday and try to find the goodies that we need to make these things happen after people have shopped Black Friday. If people are even going to do that in a big way this year, I guess we don't know. We won't know until it happens. But girl, y'all should have released that before Thanksgiving, so people would have time to kind of like get the things and do the things, because some people don't even do those things until after Thanksgiving. There's a very small population of us that can't help ourselves, and we start doing Christmas right after Halloween, but the masses don't even do it until after Thanksgiving. And, for me personally, if I see something cute and Christmassy on December 3rd, and I'm sure I will, I'm going to have to bookmark that for Christmas 2026, because I'm not doing anything. I'm not changing nothing, and I'm not doing anything by that point, right? So I'm still going to watch and still talk to y'all about whatever I see, but I would have liked it if her special had come out before December. Is that wrong? Am I crazy for thinking that too? I don't know. But see, the version of me that totally gets into all of that stuff, that version of me wants that information like now so that I can plan for it. No, is that too much? Owning Manhattan, which is a phenomenal real estate show that also comes on Netflix. It's starring Ryan Serhant. If you never watched $1 Million Listing New York that comes on Bravo, he used to be on that show, and he still might be on that show. I don't know if he is or if he isn't, because I don't watch Bravo like that anymore. Was I watching Married to Medicine? I was watching one of those shows, either Housewives or Married to Medicine, and this had to be a very long time ago. And something happened on one of them shows that made me mad, or like something in me just got triggered. And I was like, you know what? I'm not watching this kind of stuff anymore. And when I stopped watching that particular show, I stopped watching Bravo as a whole. So haven't been back to Bravo since, but he used to be on $1 Million Listing New York. He has a show on Netflix called Owning Manhattan, and it's a true real estate show. Like if you like $1 Million Listing, you will like Owning Manhattan, because it's basically the same thing with a sole focus on Ryan and his real estate office, minus all of the personal life story stuff. So you might see his wife or his kid on there, but it's not a lot. The show truly is about real estate and the selling of real estate. That's it. And you might see some office dynamics in there a little bit. But when I think about it, I really don't remember people in his office like fighting. They might have been competing for listings. And so you might have had a little bit of that, like, well, why did she get that property? Or who does she know that she was able to get that listing from them? What connections does this person have to this particular borough or neighborhood? You might have saw a little bit of that, but like outright, like fighting about personal, non-work related issues. No, you didn't see that on Owning Manhattan. That comes back to Netflix. Season 2 comes back December 5th. Go ahead and get caught up on season 1. So when season 2 drops, we can watch it together and talk about the insanely expensive New York real estate that if I had the money, I would. Let me tell y'all, if I came into some money right now, I would keep the house I currently live in just because, right? I would keep this house. I would definitely get a house at some beach, because you just have to. Like, I'm a beach girl. I'm a water girl. And so are my babies. My babies love a beach vacation. And every time they gonna pick the beach. So I would have to get a place at the beach. And then I would definitely get a place in the city. Probably not a huge place, because I could only see myself maybe wanting to go during this time of year, like the fall. And then again during the holiday season. I probably wouldn't have the desire to want to be in the city like when it's summertime. But yeah, I would. If I came into some money right now, those would be my 3 things. And of course, if people come into like Powerball, like life altering and changing money, I would still keep this house that we live in now. I don't know if I would continue to live in it, but I would still keep it, because, you know, I have 3 kids and one of them is going to need a place to live. And I feel like people don't realize that once you have X amount of kids, you got to plan for one of them to just always kind of need a little bit of extra loving, right? Once you have more kids than you have versions of you, which, lucky enough for my children, I have way more versions of me than I have them. But, you know, you always got to plan and keep a little bit of something off to the side for that one that's going to really make you earn your stripes as a mother. So I would still keep this place. But that's probably also why I have never won the Powerball or the Lotto. Mainly because, number 1, I don't play, and you can't win if you don't play. But then number 2, oh my gosh, do y'all hear my bag? That is my bag making that noise. But then number 2, and so now we have to go. Because one thing this colostomy bag is not going to do is keep a secret. It's going to tell all your business. It's going to tell it all. But yeah, if I came into some real money, I would definitely hire somebody like Ryan to be my real estate agent. Help me find something in New York that was real cute, that could be in my family for forever, that's got a good view. And we would fall and winter it there, go to the beach in the summer for those ocean views. And then when we weren't in either one of those places and school was still in session, we would be right here. Maybe not in this exact cul-de-sac, but somewhere in this greater Atlanta area. Okay. Well, now that my bag has told part of my business, let me get up, go downstairs. I think my husband is cooking. Right now, he is making cabbage. I saw on the counter there was smoked turkey necks. I saw the cabbage. I can smell that something is cooking. He just went to do some school pickup, so I'm going to go down here and stir whatever he's got going on and be jealous that they get to eat cabbage. I won't be eating any cabbage because did you just hear, if you could hear my bag, if I went down there and ate cabbage right now, I would literally have to stay home tomorrow, which was not the case before this, but it is the case now. So anyway, girl, when you out, tell somebody something nice, compliment another Black woman, tell her earrings are popping, you love her swoop in the front, you love her bold lipstick, her dark lip liner, right? Be nice to the clean girls with the soft girl aesthetic too. They need love too. Let's not judge one another. Let's be nice. Don't compete, don't compare, don't complain. What God has for you is for you. And never knock another woman's hustle or her style aesthetic. I'll talk to you in a couple days, girl. And maybe by then my doctor would have called me. Who knows? Who knows? Love you. Bye.